What's going on YouTube? Welcome to my YouTube channel. All right, so per the title, I want to ask you guys and gals, are you a hoarder? Are you a stacker? Are you a collector? Are you a reseller? Or are you a complete moron? I think I've been a little bit of both or all of it. Some days I feel like a moron. Some days I feel like a collector. Other days I feel like a stacker. Definitely a hoarder. And every day I'm a reseller. But really wanted to get your guys' opinion. It's so funny, right? So you watch these other channels, and personally, I think a lot of these channels are full of it. Not so much in our stacking community, but definitely in the reselling community. And oh, by the way, I'm gonna show some nice coins while you listen to me rant. But you got to kind of ask yourself. I mean, there are definitely channels out there. They do practice what they preach, and then there's other channels like I'm not going to say names, but I'll say nicknames. Henry Hurricane, if you guys know who that is. I think Henry Hurricane's channel is complete BS. But he's killing it with his wife, basically making, six figures, just literally showing videos, going to his local flea market with his GoPro, overpaying for complete garbage, like old shoes, reselling them for maybe a few bucks more profit, and then he's able to like buy this dream house of theirs and set up a whole studio inside. And really it's all about like just gaining a bunch of followers that are willing to accept your entertainment value and support your channel, which I get it. Like, I understand that's the main thing what YouTube is all about, but I don't know. To me, or for most of us, dude, that ain't real life. So I feel a lot of us, especially in the United States, I don't know that much about the rest of the world. I mean, I've been to Germany, I've been to Thailand. I've met, people that are Japanese, African, Nigerian, Chinese, Indian, you name it, right? But I have a feeling like, yes, America is the land of the free, but we're also like the land of the hoarders. I feel a lot of us are kind of crazy too. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm all about like people supporting people that prep and all the other good stuff. But honestly, guys, like if the world were to come to an end, dude, I don't want to be here. It's kind of funny too. Like, I enjoy watching those like end of the world or, movies or zombie movies. Like, I think they're great entertainment, but in reality, that's not me, man. I don't see myself, saving a bunch of silver dimes and using it to buy eggs and bread and all the other stuff. But anyway, so again, I have a feeling like a lot of us think we're that person, but when it really boils down and comes down to it, you either can or you can't, So as I show all these beautiful Morgans, I keep getting distracted by the beauty of these things. But where am I going with this? So I really have a feeling like everyone is on the spectrum. There are definitely channels that provide awesome entertainment. Awesome entertainment. There is actually one that's really close by me. I'm in Illinois, and he's over in Crystal Lake. He's a hunter, but he actually has a really cool resale shop, and I enjoy watching his channel for entertainment purposes because he's actually doing like real live negotiations in his store. He's got a cool cat. I like cats. I like dogs too. He's got a parrot that squawks at people. But really, it's like the reason I really enjoy it is all the whack jobs that show up in his shop. And again, don't get me wrong. Like, I worked retail. I sold electronics early in my years. I sacrificed weekends, and I met a lot of interesting people doing retail for a living. And now my actual real job, I handle people's finances and I lend them money. And I've been doing that ever since I was in my early 20s. So I enjoy it. I enjoy that huge purchase experience. But, you know, I do deal with money every single day. So I'm like, why do I like money so much? Why do I like helping people get money? And I think it boils down to when I was a kid, like my grandpa took me to the coin shop. Again, I've told this story before on prior ones, but you know, I got to see the first American Eagle in 1986 when it first came out. I thought it was cool because I just, you know, as a 10-year-old at the time, so I was born in 76, but as a 10-year-old at the time, I thought big coins were cool. Like these, I definitely like the Morgans. That was my most favorite. And my second most favorite was the American Silver Eagle when I first saw it. And obviously silver back then was $4, so I wish I still had my collection as a kid. But one of the things like prior to that, like guess what my favorite coin was? It was a quarter. And why was a quarter, a Washington quarter, my favorite coin of all times is because I like playing video games at the arcade. And in order to play video games at the arcade, you needed to have quarters. So your parents or your grandparents would give you, usually like $5 was good back then because I was pretty good at playing Galaga and stuff. But like the quarter was my most favorite of all coins because that to me turned into instant entertainment. And my grandpa didn't mind giving me quarters at the bar. Again, like picture this, right? So I'm like 8 years old. He's going to his local bar where he knows everybody, where everybody knows your name. And he would buy me some wings. He'd go to the bar. He'd actually order his Jack Daniels, which is probably why I bought this lighter, because I remember Jack Daniels. Do I personally like Jack Daniels? It's okay, but I don't know. It's just, it is what it is. But anyways, he would give me some quarters. You know, usually he always carried pocket change. Like that was one of his nervous habits is he would take the change in his pocket and rattle it because he was just like, let's go, let's go. Very impatient person. When he had to wait for other people, it would annoy him. So he would just sit there rattling change. So that was one of his habits, which I thought was hilarious. Anyway, so he would give me a couple quarters and I would play Galaga. So he'd have a few cocktails at the bar. I'd eat my chicken wings, my fries, and then I'd play Galaga for hours until either my grandma got home and then my parents picked me up because obviously my grandfather would babysit me, you know, after he was all done with work and stuff. So that's probably why the quarter is another collectible that I'm really, really into. And I love the crossing the Delaware Quarter, like big time. It's one of my favorite designs. And it's kind of sad too, because it's like it's becoming less and less easy to find out in the wild. But I went heavy. I went deep into these. I bought a bunch of graded ones. Someone, for whatever reason, was selling graded crossing Delaware quarters literally for like $6-7. So I bought them all. Like I'm like, you can't even get a quarter graded that cheap. So a lot of times what people do is they'll grab a bunch of quarters, send them to get graded, and they're looking right for that Mint State 67 because that 67 is a $100 coin, and Mint State 68, I think there's only a handful of them. They're probably like thousands of dollars. So that's what people are looking to do. And then these they lose money on. So I'm like, I'll grab all your money that you're losing money on because someone's going to collect that stuff. So anyways, that's probably my third most favorite coin as far as type of coin, you know, coin types. But I don't know, guys. What do you guys think? You know, do you I would say most people just are collectors. They say they're stackers, but they're collectors. Like my definition of a true stacker is you do not care what you buy. You're just looking for the cheapest. You're never going to sell it. You just like building stacks of silver or gold. And that's what you do. Is that fun? Yeah, maybe. I mean, you could stack toilet paper. It's fun. but eventually you run out of places to store it at. And there are like very entertaining channels in TV land or YouTube land where you literally get to see someone's stacking of toys or whatever, whatever. There's even like a channel, I know the guy like literally gets stuff and melts it and makes a bunch of bars and throws it in his basement, or he created like some kind of dungeon where he holds like all this metal. It's like, is that a cool channel? I think it's pretty interesting. Would I ever personally do that? Dude, heck no. Like, who wants all that metal? And like, if you don't have a basement to put it in, you're going to put it on a floor somewhere, dude, you're literally going to like damage your house. And if you're in an apartment, like forget about it. Or if you need to be on the move really quickly, you want to move all that, like that stuff weighs a ton. So again, everyone's a little bit different, but I personally think everyone has a little bit of hoarding in them, a little bit of stacking in them, definitely a little bit of collecting in them. I mean, if you guys are watching this channel, you obviously enjoy, collecting coins and things like that. These are my leftover pennies. And I'm like thinking to myself, like, why did I even buy this penny? Well, because when I started coin roll hunting 3 years ago for the first time, I was watching RFT's channel, and dude was like finding silver, and I actually found a Queen Victoria or whatever penny from like 1900 or whatever, and it was an ender. It was so cool. I'm like, what is that, and why is it the end of a $50 roll? Well, guess what, guys? These British pennies, large pennies, are like almost exactly the same size as a $50. So you'll sometimes find these in rolls, I guess. I don't know. I should have just sold the whole roll. But I had to open it because it is, guys. Like if you see something like this on the outside, then you think like, dude, the inside's like completely like a whole collection of whatever, and it wasn't. It was just luckily an ender, and the rest were just like regular Kennedys, and I think I found a little bit of silver. But again, I've tried coin roll hunting just for fun, but the time you have to put into it, dude, it's like torture. Like, do not enjoy it. And as far as like resellers, I would say most of you that watch are not resellers whatsoever. You find it interesting, but unless you're going to literally do it all the time, it's not fun. For me, it's fun because I can pick up a bunch of stuff. I have fun going through the collections. It helps me not hoard. It helps me actually get rid of some of my hoard. And when I mean hoard of like other crap that's in my house that are not coin related. So my goal with this channel is to, can I be a reseller for fun? Can it satisfy my need to buy this stuff, right? And share it with you guys, right? Like everything in my channel, I always have for sale. It's always shared. Like why did I hold on to these? Like I literally got these at a car wash. It was the change that the car wash spit out when you put like $20 in or whatever for some overpriced car wash I paid for. So anyways, I think the reselling part of it has definitely helped me appreciate it. It's definitely let me learn more about coins. Like you guys can look all day long. You could look at PCGS, NGC, all these reseller sites. You can look at eBay, Heritage. You can follow all these channels, but until you actually get the coin in your hand, you kind of like don't care about it. Like you're not really going to pay attention to it. Like it's not going to be like something of value. So when I get these things in my hand, first of all, I love them. They get me excited. And secondly, I like reselling them. So I don't get super attached where I'm like never going to sell it, but then it gets to a point where it's like, this is cool. Like you can actually make some decent money doing this. Or I can just stick 10 grand in the bank, let it gain 4% and do absolutely nothing and find another hobby and waste money on doing something stupid, So, and then we've all been morons. So here's some of my moronic purchases. I don't know why I bought this. I maybe saw a clip of Admiral Akbar where he's like, it's a trap. And I was going to like use it in my videos. I think I have in the past, but like that was really, really dumb. Like, why did I buy that? I overpaid for it. It's not even worth like relisting because I'll probably like lose $5. So I have made purchases where I bought something and in order to resell it, I'm actually losing money. So it makes more sense just to like hang on to it. So I don't know if you guys made that mistake as well. I've definitely supported other channels as well where I've completely overpaid for a coin because I got caught into the auction or whatever. And then like after the fact, when I went to resell it, I kind of felt like a complete moron. So I'm sure there's nothing wrong with supporting other channels by, participating in auctions, but you're just, you're going to lose money and you're going to feel like a complete moron after the fact. Or maybe you just really like the channel and you don't care. Like, I was completely blown away by one of the channels I was watching. All the coins he was giving away with us for his 100,000 subscriber thing, and literally opened it live. He opened some mail, and one of his viewers literally sent him a gold Mexican Anza, which is like worth like $2,500. It's crazy. Maybe it's worth like $3,000. It was insane. It's like, dude, someone sent him a gold coin, and then like sent him a bunch of other silver coins to give away for his 100,000 subscribers. So like, dude, that's awesome. Like I really appreciate the support. And the dude doesn't sell anything. He literally just, shares the experiences. Yeah, he goes to a lot of coin shops and shares the stories and all that stuff. But again, that's not what my channel's about. My channel's about my journey of sharing knowledge as I get it, as it comes in. So like today, I've got like 40 coins coming in, 20 from Germany, 20 from some other country. I'll process those and, I'll get those in. But again, are you a hoarder? Are you a stacker? Are you a collector? Are you a reseller? Or are you a complete moron? So again, I've been all the above. And like, I will never on this channel, like, you won't hear about like worldly events or things that are going on in the world. Because you know what, guys? We don't have control over it. So why even talk about it? Yes, it affects us slightly, but you know what? When eggs are $8 and you still wanted eggs, so you pay $8, you go get your eggs. And now eggs, you can get them for under $3. But stuff like that happens in life. And there's certain things you just don't have control over. So I don't even waste my breath, talking about them because you're just spinning your wheels, as they say. So anyways, guys, I appreciate you guys watching. Please like, share, subscribe. I will get the rest of these half pennies listed. None of these exceed $10, but I do appreciate those that have made purchases from my channel. I really do. And a link to my store will be in the description if you want to check out my store. Very quickly, so far this year, I always like make sure I'm doing stuff right. We're 80 days in, guys. We've made 391 sales. I've got 1367 active listings. I do a goal of 10 a day to list. Did 20,558 in total sales. Here's all the costs. 6,400 in profit. Average sales $52. Average profit per item $16. I'm at a 31% profit margin. So numbers look good. Is it a life-changing event? No, but I enjoy sharing it with you guys. So again, if you want to support my channel, just buy something from me and enjoy it and then keep it or resell it yourself. Like, I don't care, but I do appreciate you guys watching. And let me know in the comments, do you find yourself, are you a hoarder? Are you a stacker, collector, reseller, or moron? And talk to you guys on the next one.